Double XP is still going on. It ends on Friday at noon Pacific, meaning 3 p.m. Eastern. April Spotlight Drop 5 requires you to get 100 program points. I'll show you the fastest way to complete it. We've got 3 new collection rewards. One of them is 92 overall Corbin Carroll, 91 overall Eugenio Suarez, 92 overall Carlos Santana. The show shop has some new goodies as we got April Spotlight Drop 5 packs, as well as 90 overall headliners Troy Gloss. Make sure to stay tuned towards the end as we discuss what else is coming to MLB The Show. If you're not inside the Discord already, click on the description. The Discord link is inside there, as well as the Twitch link where we stream daily, and social media links where you can keep up with me. But you're on YouTube right now, so don't forget to subscribe, notification bell, and hit that like button. The April Spotlight Drop 5 program is going to feature 8 guaranteed diamonds. 2 of them will come from the April Spotlight Drop 5 packs, and then of course you have the ability to get an additional one from the deluxe pack. 91 overall Wyatt Langford is going to be the final program reward. In addition to that, you are able to obtain 35,000 experience from this program, which is something to keep in mind considering the next inning XP reward path drops this Friday. I want everyone to start off by completing the moments. You can complete them in here, or you can back out of Diamond Dynasty and go to the moments tab. That way it's a little bit more fluid. By completing these moments, you will be able to unlock the first 2 diamond cards, so go ahead and integrate them instantly into whatever squad you're gonna take to grind PXP later on. The next task that I want you all to focus on are going to be the stat missions. Now for the stat missions, we're gonna have a separate squad. You're going to create a squad full of primary right fielders to start things off. And the easiest way for you to do this is just go to right field, select a player, and then you are going to move that player out of position, and you're going to do the same thing until your entire team is filled with primary right fielders. I would also suggest double dipping into multiple tasks as much as you can. So try to get as many Texas Rangers right fielders into that squad as you can, as well as Diamondbacks players, Tops Now players, or April Spotlight players. And we also have a stolen base task, which we will discuss in just a second. Once you have that team full of primary whatever position or specific team you're working on completing the stat missions for, you are going to go into play versus CPU. You are going to face the Rockies on the easiest difficulty, which is rookie, at away, and then select whichever pitcher it is that you're comfortable facing against the Rockies. Meaning that if you select your best, they will always select their best. If it's a pitcher you don't see well, try out pitcher number 2 and they'll always select pitcher number 2. If you hit better against pitcher number 2, always select pitcher 2. If not, go to pitcher 3, and so on and so forth up to pitcher 5 until you find what you're comfortable with. Now, stat missions are completely different from parallel XP missions. For stat missions, it does not require you to reach the 8th hitter in order for the stats to track. They will track as soon as the stat is completed inside the game. So what you're going to be doing in that play versus CPU away versus the Rockies is you are going to be hitting with your primary whatever until you get 3 outs. Once you get 3 outs, you are going to quit, and then you are going to rinse and repeat this process until you knock out every single offensive stat category possible. And if you are able to go ahead and steal bases, then do that with whichever of these cards it is. And it's April Tops Now or Spotlight Series, so I would go out of my way to even include some of the speedsters on the bench that belong to either series in order for whenever I hit a double or single with a player that does not have great speed, I can just substitute that player and get that stolen base. By completing these, you will be at 39 out of the 45 possible stat missions. We're not going to ever be pitching playing versus the CPU, so we're still going to be missing this 6, but that's completely fine because we will now be at 60 program points, which will unlock us Luke Weaver as well as Brendan Donovan. For these guys, we do have ourselves some parallel XP missions to grind, and there are multiple ways you can grind parallel XP, but there are 2 new things added to this game to make it a little bit easier for you. One of the best methods to grind parallel XP is going to be offline, specifically Conquest. They dropped a new Conquest map that features 3 strongholds. By completing this Conquest map, you will get yourself show packs, as well as a Ballin' is a Habit and 4,500 experience. With these 3 strongholds, you're going to want to start Luke Weaver each and every game, regardless of any energy fatigueness, which should not be affected in Conquest, but I'm saying that because you will want to do the same if you take the mini seasons route. Start them on each and every single game. It doesn't matter if you complete the PXP mission with them. Get them until you get the 25 strikeouts, or you get a better pitcher from the program in order to get the 25 total strikeouts. Also, inside of this Conquest map, this is the first step for each stronghold, so this is where you will want to place your blockers and then capture all the open territories. 3 million is the ideal number you want on any block. If you'd rather take the online route just because it gives a little bit more PXP, then the April Spotlight event is for you, as it allows you to use Spotlight Series players, Top Now Series players, and then Live Series Gold and below players, as well as the multiplayer program rewards. By getting the strikeouts as well as knocking out all of the PXP missions that are available for you to do, you will get 100 program points and unlock that Wyatt Langford. Now, I did not mention this, but there is also an extreme moment where you have to hit 4 home runs with Eugenio Suarez inside 1 game in order to get an additional program points. This is going to be on all-star difficulty. The reason I didn't mention it is because this is no easy task, and unless you are highly skilled, it most likely will be a waste of your time as opposed to grinding out the other method. That Langford is important because it is going to unlock 92 overall Corbin Carroll, which I am going to go ahead and give a B+. It has good contact numbers. Power numbers are good as well versus lefties, leaves a lot to be desired, but Corbin Carroll does not rake in terms of slugging or ISO versus lefties. 90 clutch is decent as well. Going to be a very usable player for the average player. If you're someone that's top 50 or very high rating, probably not as usable as the clutch, as well as the contact numbers will shrink your PCI big time. But with the defense and speed, it might be worth the sacrifice. Right next to the April Lightning collection, we have the April Spotlight collection. Now this one is going to cost a fortune, and at collecting 10 players, you get yourself Eugenio Suarez. This card I give a B-2 because it's really a battle royale card, low contact, high power numbers at third base. We've gotten plenty of third basemen, and to me it is not worth the stub investment in order to go ahead and knock him out. To get 92 overall Carlos Santana, which I give an A-, he is the best catcher in the game, but is it worth your buck? I don't think so. But in order to collect him, you need to get all 13 of the April Spotlight pack players, and that is not going to be any easy task. I think that in general, he might be nearing, if not above, Shohei Ohtani's price point. And I would rather you invest in the Live Series collection than invest into a 92 overall player, which is probably going to be endgame for a while, I will not lie. But completing the Live Series collection is going to get you further along the game in terms of future collections than this 92 overall Carlos Santana. But this guy, he's going to play regardless of the difficulty, easily the best catcher in the game, but I don't think it's worth the price point when you can get yourself either Jorge Posada, who should be cheaper now, or Ted Simmons from completing the NL Central collection. Another thing regarding Carlos Santana and why I would not tell you to invest the stubs into completing that 13 out of 13 unless you did it beforehand is because MLB The Show has done flash sales a bit more frequently. And if that continues to be a trend, then they will more than likely do a flash sale featuring April Spotlight drop packs. And that is going to be the point where I would recommend investing into those April Spotlight cards in order to get that 92 overall Carlos Santana, or flip in order to make stubs in general, because that is where the prices will tank and you will be able to take advantage. Inside the show shop, we have Troy Gloss, third baseman, 90 overall. Give him a C+ because he sucks versus righties in terms of contact, unless there's a runner on base, which he has 95 contact versus right. There are a ton of third basemen that will do just as well, if not better, so I would not go out of my way to buy this headliners. For the April Spotlight pack, keep in mind it has 3 rarities. So rarity number 1 is 1 in 10 to get the 91 overall card, which will be Andres Munoz, or 91 overall O'Neal Cruz, which for some reason doesn't have the player card art. And then we have the 1 in 4 to get a 90+. Why do I keep backing out? I don't know. That's going to feature Pavin Smith as well as Matthew Liberatore. And then last but not least, Noelvi Marte. And then it's the base round, which features a ton of 86 overall cards. Coming soon to MLB The Show, this 9th, they're going to be streaming at 2 p.m. Eastern, which is 11 a.m. Pacific. Twitch drops are always on there, so if you want a free 2 standards, make sure you guys tune in on Twitch. The Weekend Classic also arrives this Friday, the 9th, the 3rd inning XP Path, 3rd inning Cornerstone Evolutions, and then the May Spotlight Drop 1 cards. Something you're going to want to keep an eye on, because the next Lightning player is going to follow the same trend in terms of the Lightning pack rewards rising in price. Last thing I want to say is that we most likely will have a batch of roster update predictions coming out. I don't know if it'll be sometime this week, meaning Thursday before the Weekend Classic hits, as I'll maybe make a how to prepare for the Weekend Classic video, or it could be coming out Sunday, either or, so make sure you guys stay tuned for that. But regardless, have a blessed day and night, stay positive, stay safe, stay blessed, and make sure you check out the description for the Discord, Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, all those social media links. Subscribe to the YouTube notification bell, as well as hitting that like button. Have a blessed day and night, stay positive, stay safe, stay blessed, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace out.